Everybody back? All ready? I hope you did your homework. What was the homework?
Recording in progress.
What was your homework? To attempt to be a witness during the waking, dreaming, and deep sleep. Some of you have been practicing for some time and might have successfully been able to see the transition between two stages. But some of us have just started yesterday. So don't beat yourself up. Don't compare yourself with somebody who has been practicing this for the past 1-2 years in Gurukul. Okay? This is a batch of mixed people. All the people are here. Beginners also and people who have been practicing for a couple of years. So we should not get into comparison. We should take inspiration from their experiential recognition and their sharing about it. We should be inspired that if this person can get there, even I can see it experientially. Yeah? It just takes some time, depending on an individual attachment. It takes some time to let go of old beliefs, to let go of old conditioning. It's that simple. You have a belief that you are this body. And that belief is very strong. It's ingrained. Yeah? So we have to give ourselves the time where we naturally start shedding this belief. Yeah? It's only a belief. The word in Hindi is manyata. The word belief does not do the justice that manyata does. मैंने मान लिया है. Yeah, I have believed it. I have supposed it to be so. I have assumed it to be like this. And now I hold on to my assumption for dear life. That is the meaning of manyata. Yeah, so it's not easy for that manyata to suddenly shed in one session. So please be kind with yourself. If it didn't happen in the first night, that's fine. I will keep doing this sadhana. Yeah. Keep doing this sadhana. You will keep getting encouraged if you join the weekly Zoom sessions. We are all on Flock. We share our experiences on Flock. So that keeps you encouraged. Those who have not joined Flock, we have an Ashtavakra Samhita Flock. Yeah. Join it. It's just like a WhatsApp, but a more serious version of WhatsApp. You will never get a single forward from Jnana Sangha saying good morning or good night to you. That's not allowed. Yeah. The only things that will be there will be the experiential sharing of Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana. So if it didn't happen yesterday, that's fine. I keep practicing. I will get there soon. Yes? So Ashtavakra is encouraging Janaka. Oh Janaka, see the truth. You are not this body-mind. You have only assumed that you are the body-mind. So how do I get out of this belief? How do I break this manyata? He gave him 5 nectars. Kshama, Arjava, Daya, Tosha, Satyam. And he said, use these like nectar, like Amrut. Yes, nectar. These are sacred. So, if you see it from that point of view, you will honor this and you will keep consuming this nectar while shunning away the poison of the objects of senses. Some of us felt, oh, I'm so attached to this particular object. Oh my, this particular sense is very strong. Ashtavakra says that's okay. Now you recognize that which you are attached to, that is your own projection. And we did some examples yesterday. Just like the tiger in my dream is my own projection, even though I would never want to ever project a tiger. That also tiger chasing me to eat me up. Why would I ever want to do something like that? But I do. And I don't know when I do this and how I do this. Correct? Exactly identical projection is done by me. That is called the waking state. Because I have a manyata that I am this body mind, that is what I project as my waking state. I am the one who projects it. Now Ashtavakra also says that you must attempt to see this experientially. Don't believe it. The famous Indian disease is manyata. Okay, you say so, you are in a position of authority, so I will believe so. Shortcut. I don't want to use my brains. Will not work. Has never worked. You will be at square one forever. You will never proceed ahead with this kind of attitude. So you will have to change your attitude first. No, I will not indulge in any blind belief. I will take this as a wisdom pointer. Take it as my homework now. I have to see this experientially. Yes? So, I see in my waking, dreaming and deep sleep. Am I able to really recognize that I am the witness? Ashtavakra says you are the witness. There is no option for you to become the body or to become the mind. There is no becoming here. That becoming itself is an idea, illusory idea. It has never happened. Yeah? You have assumed it to be so. So you can experiment with assumptions. Yeah? Assume that you are not feeling well. Just say to yourself 10-15 times, I'm not feeling well today. I'm not feeling well today. I'm not feeling well today. That not feeling well, that thought will actually materialize in the body. You will feel heavy. You will feel fatigued. You will go and lie down. You will not be able to work the whole day. Some past allergy will come up. Something will come up. You will be able to experiment and manifest it. Yeah? Disease is not something you want to experiment with, right? It was just an example. You can experiment with something else. You're so fearful of the dream. It's a dream, it's not real. Only you need to see it. It's a waking dream. Only you need to see it. Yeah? I just threw out a very simple example. You check. I have an attachment in this area. Okay, let me attempt to see if thought can materialize into this so-called waking reality, that which I have assumed to be my reality. And experiment with it. This is the meaning of shunning blind belief and taking on the path of self-inquiry. You experiment and see how thought, when it is given energy and power, it actually materializes. And lots of scientists have been experimenting with this, that most of the physical diseases are actually mental. There are lots of doctors who give you placebos. Placebo is really not medicine. It will be a vitamin, a supplement. It's not medicine. The doctor tells you that this will cure you. You believe the doctor. He's in that position, authoritative position. He knows better. You take nothing but vitamin and you get cured of diseases. Because it was mental. There is a lot of research on this. You can do your Google research after the session. Yeah? But better than research, better than believing Ashtavakra, but better than believing Ekta is to experiment on yourself and prove it to yourself. Thought materializes into the so-called waking world reality, which is not real actually, but I have assumed it to be real. Yeah. It materializes in that so-called waking world reality. Then I will be able to see, oh, this is just a thought, this is not a situation. There is nothing like a situation, there is nothing like a person, there is nothing like a real world out there. There is no world made of matter. This becomes your own experiential recognition. Then your manyata is broken. Clear? There is no other way, Ashtavakra says. You cannot close your eyes, meditate and see that the world is not real. It's never going to happen. Never ever going to happen. Forget about it. You sit 10 hours on that cushion or you sit your whole life on that cushion. It is not going to happen. Ashtavakra is very clear. It will happen only with self-inquiry. When you inquire into it. Yes? So, stop focusing on objects and turn back and focus on yourself. Subject must focus on the subject. Then only can you see the truth. Then only will manyata or belief break. It will shatter. Clear? So far we have done 3 verses. In the 3rd verse, Ashtavakra said that if you start recognizing this, you will very clearly see I project everything. I project first in my dream state and then I project in the waking state. The waking state is nothing but an extension of the dream state. The waking state is nothing but an extension of the dream state. The more clearly I see the dream state, I recognize my own projection of earth, water, fire, ether, air, and sight, sound, smell, taste, touch. I will see I extend the same into the waking state. I don't project a separate waking state, earth, water, fire, ether, air. I do not project a separate earth, water, fire, ether, air, which is called the waking state. I do not project a separate sight, sound, smell, taste and touch in the waking state. The projections of the dream state are extended as projections of the waking state. This will become my own reality. I will be able to see this on my own. How? How is that possible? Only through Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana, through self-inquiry. Is it possible that I sit and pray to God, please let me see, please let me see. I will pray 20 hours a day. Will it happen through prayer? No. I'll go to a guru and I'll ask him to bless me. Please bless me. Your blessing will let me see it. Will blessing help? I will go and serve the poor. I will do lots of charity. And then I will pray to God. Now see, I gave charity, no? I gave so much money. I helped. Now in return, give me the blessing of Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana. Is it possible? It's not going to happen. Okay, I will purify my mind. I'll purify my mind and I'll sit on the cushion and meditate. I'll do all the kinds of samadhis. Will I get there? No. You will only get a glimpse of no-thingness. But if you don't know what that no-thingness is, You will be equally lost. The moment you open your eyes and you come back, you will see the waking world as the waking world. You will see, I, the body, sat down, meditated for 10 hours. I, the body, got off the cushion, completed my meditation. I'm back to the waking world and the suffering of the waking world. Are you seeing what Ashtavakra is telling you? None of these are going to help you. Have you woken up to this truth yet? Have you woken up to this realization that the only way I am getting there is through my own self-inquiry? Yes. Then you will be able to take Ashtavakra going ahead. Because he's going to trash all your samadhi techniques. He's going to trash all your purification techniques. He's going to just shun all of them because they are all external spiritual objects. Do you have the courage to sit through something like this? It is a question that you need to ask yourself. Okay? So now begins that journey. The revolutionary verses of Ashtavakra, where he is going to start shunning all your beliefs. We begin with verse 4. Everybody has the PDF. Yadi deham prithakritya chiti vishramya tisthasi adhunaiva sukhi shanto bandhamukto bhavishyasi. Verse 4. If you separate yourself from the body-mind projections and remain resting as the body. Even though you project the mind, you are not them. Even though you project all of these, you are not them. Just like I project the dream tiger, but am I the dream tiger? But I projected it. You see this? I projected. I don't know how I project that dream tiger. I don't know when I projected that dream tiger. Yes? I am not the projection. I am the one that is the knower of the projection. I only know it after it arises. I never know the dream tiger before that dream begins. Correct? Similarly, I never know this waking world before the waking state appears. I am simply the knower. The witness is simply the knower, the one that knows. That's it. Period. It stops there. He says, separate yourself from this projection. That does not mean you actually take a scissor and try to separate something. No. Just see that you are not this body-mind personality. Simple. See that in the dream you projected a dream character, you labeled that as I. You projected the dream tiger and you labeled that as it or the world. Yeah? And there was a constant struggle between I and it. There was a constant struggle between I and the world. It was I versus the world war. This was my own projection. I extend the same into the waking. Ashtavakra says, separate yourself from this projection of body, mind, and world. It is all one. It's not a separate projection, really. If you really did Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana and you had a dream, everything in the dream appeared together. It was not in sequence actually. For the sake of explanation, we explain that you see first space, then comes air element, then comes fire element, water element. Yeah, we explain it sequentially for the purposes of explanation. But when you experientially see it in your dream, you recognize everything appears together, simultaneously, at once. I, the character, the dream character, the tiger that is chasing the dream character, the forest in which there is the dream character and the tiger. All of it is not separate. I am not able to see them as one because I assume to be this only, not this and not this. Yeah? I'll repeat that. I assume that this dream character that is running away from the dream tiger, this is who I am. Because I have assumed this is me, I have put a label of I on this. I is only a thought. It is not actually separate from the dream tiger or the forest. When you recognize this truth, that I have taken a beautiful abstract painting and I have put labels on that abstract painting assuming there are forms. The painter says there are no forms. I just took the brush and I made strokes. Somebody sees a sunset, somebody sees a woman, somebody sees an animal there. But the painter did not do that. Painter took a brush and just made strokes. The one who is seeing is assuming names and forms and putting labels on the names and forms. It is actually an abstract painting, an abstract art. Are you seeing this? The painter sees it only as red color. I just use red color in different strokes, different shades. It's abstract. There is no form there. Yes? Like that only, recognize consciousness is the painter. The dream sequence of the dream character, the dream tiger, and the dream forest is one thought. It is not three separate entities. Is this very clear? What I'm trying to say here? The entire dream sequence is one single thought, including the I thought. I am that body mind that is running away from the dream tiger. This I thought is an assumed entity. I have assumed that I am this body mind that is running away from the dream tiger. So far very clear? Yes? There is no separate I. It is a manyata, assumption. So what is Ashtavakra saying? If you can separate yourself from this projection, If you recognize, oh, this whole projection is one thought. There is no real I there. The real I is actually the space in which this one thought has arisen. And that space does not say I. That space does not have a limited border which you can make a line around and label it as I. Not possible. The space is infinite. In this infinite space of nothingness, that entire dream thought occurred. It is one single thought. So far very clear? Now take this to the waking state. Right now, we are all sitting together, all Advaitins discussing Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana. You have an assumption that this body mind sitting here in front of the computer is I, and all the Advaitins are there, and there is the Advaitin mentor. You have put labels. You have divided one single thought into I versus you. I versus the world. This is an I versus the world war. All Manghadan Kahani. It is only Manohar Kahani. It is only your mind's story in English. It is not true. It is simply a projection. Yeah? This is the meaning of Yadi Deham Prithakritya. It does not mean you are going to take a sword and kill the body or cut the body. You cannot cut the body. This is the meaning of separating myself from the projection and seeing, oh, the projection itself is one thought. It is one single frame. How an editor and director who make movies, they just put one frame after another frame after another frame and after another frame, and because of that speed going from one frame to the next, there is a false continuity established, and you think you're watching a movie. You're not really watching a movie. You're watching images in rapidity. That's all. You're not watching a movie. There is really no hero heroine moving on that screen. Yes? Exactly in the same way, my dream projection appears to be reality because of the continuity, the rapidity, the motion in thought. It is nothing but a thought in motion. That's all it is. That is what my dream sequence is. My favorite example is the dream tiger chasing me. You take your personal real dream examples. Yeah? It is nothing but a thought in motion. Now when I recognize this in my dream, I am witnessing the dream. I'm continuously witnessing the dream, and then that dream ends, another dream begins. Again I'm witnessing. I'm recognizing I am the space in which these thoughts are coming up, getting projected. I am the knower of this dream thought. It goes away. Another dream comes up. I am the knower of this dream thought. It goes away. Similarly, waking state projection happens. This is also nothing but a waking dream thought. Moment to moment it disappears actually. That is why moment to moment you lose awareness of this body. That is why when I tell you, take your attention to the body, suddenly you become aware. Until that time the body was not there. What does this mean? Keep noticing more astutely, with a little more interest in the subject rather than the object, and you will see that everything appears and disappears, just like the dream state. The only difference is, in dream, they're different dreams. One is the jungle dream, and one is a very nice happy family dream. Another is promotion at work dream. They're different topics. They're not continuous. Yeah? Sometimes they don't make sense also. But here it is just continuous. That's the only difference in projection. So the essence of Swapna Nidra Jnana from the Brahma Sutras, that is the main text of Swapna Nidra Jnana. I don't have it here right now. Otherwise I would have shown it to you. You can purchase Brahma Sutras. So what is mentioned very clearly is that the only difference between the dream projection and the waking projection is that dream projections are irrelevant thoughts, not connected, not sequential. Waking projection is sequential thoughts. One flows into the next flows into the next. And that is what establishes the false continuity. And that's why I feel this is reality. Yeah? But it is not. Because I, the space of awareness, I, the space of nothingness in which this waking thought has emerged right now, that space is I. The thought is not I. And therefore, this body-mind, labeled as Ekta, the Advaitin mentor, oh, this is I. If I believe that, then I am completely in mithya. I am in illusion. Yeah? When I see this entire space of awareness in which there is right now this room, there is a visual of a room with cameras, with Advaitins on screen, off screen, where there is all this setup, and there is this body-mind complex. All this is just one single thought. There is no I in this thought. This is a waking thought. This body that I assumed to be I is not I. This mind that I assumed to be I in the past is not I. This memory that tells me this label is Ekta of this body-mind, and that label is Advaitin class of that body-mind. This is also not me. This is not I. This intelligence of Ekta, this is also not I. This is all the segregated labels that I have put on one abstract painting. The painter is consciousness. So this is a waking thought. One single waking thought in which I have inserted false illusory labels of I versus you, or I versus the world. Extremely clear, at least intellectually. Did you grasp it intellectually? Have I conveyed the point? Yeah. Those who are in Gurukul, very serious homework for you. Can I see the waking state as a thought? Nothing but one thought after another thought after another thought in rapid continuity. Just like I see my dream state. Almost everybody in Gurukul already sees that in dream state. I don't need to repeat that part. Just like I see in dream state, one dream after another, and I'm very clearly witnessing different dreams. Can I draw the parallel between that and this waking state? Can I recognize the absolute disappearance of one thought and the appearance of the next thought? Both are continuous, the same room. Yes, but there is a disappearance of one perception and the reappearance of the similar perception. Clear? So, this is your main homework. The beginners, we will attempt to do the homework. If we get there, we get there. Yes, it takes some time. You keep practicing and you will definitely get there. Yeah, so he says, Yadi deham prithak kritya. If you separate yourself from the projection of the deha, the body, on which you have put the label of I. Yeah, you separate yourself from this projection called the body, on which you have put the label of I, and see yourself as the space of consciousness in which this projection has arisen. Immediately you will see you are happy. You are happiness itself. You are peace. Can you say this space is disturbed? Oh, this is a holy space because we are talking Advaita. Oh, upstairs people are fighting in unholy space. Can the space be holy and unholy? Can the space be peaceful and disturbed? No, it is beyond both opposites. The moment you recognize, oh, I am this space, I am beyond happiness, beyond peace, you will be at peace anyways. You are free from the bondage of thinking that you have to be peaceful, you are not peaceful. You will be free of this bondage of opposites. Yeah, bandh mukto. You become free from bondage. The bondage is my own manyata, my own assumption that I am suffering, I am not at peace. Why? Because I have assumed I am this body. This body will go through its seasons because that is the story. Otherwise, where is the masala of the story if this body is always young and beautiful and happy and strong? No, so boring the story is. Story needs some masala, then you watch the story, right? Watch it. Yeah. I watched childhood. I witnessed childhood. I was never childhood. Otherwise, I would have gone with childhood if I was childhood. I did not go anywhere. I witnessed childhood. I witnessed adulthood. Young, strong, full of energy. Adulthood is also passing away. Seniority is coming now. All white hair. The body is having lots of problems. Not so strong, not so much energy. I am seeing seniority coming. I am witnessing it. I am not seniority. I am not youth, I am not childhood. Otherwise, I would have passed away with childhood and youth. I did not pass away. I witnessed them. Means I am separate from them. I am simply watching a thought. I am simply observing a waking thought. It is my own projection of my deha. Prithak kritya. Separate yourself, break away from this false waking thought. Yeah? Immediately you will be free from bondage. Verse is clear? Yeah? Now self-inquiry. Now how do I work on myself to see this? Yeah? So few points. Please ensure you write them down, because later you ask me the question, okay, I understand it. Now how do I work on myself? Oh, I already told you. Oh, sorry, I was not paying attention. Wake up. Yeah, now I'm telling you. The self-inquiry techniques on the path of Jnana, on Jnana Marga, these itself are techniques. Yeah? So, number 1, recognize I am lying to myself if I say I do not know that I project the 5 elements of earth, water, fire, ether, air. Stop lying. Stop faking it. Instead, experiment. Yes? Experiment what? Swapna Nidra Jnana. There is only one answer on this path. Swapna Nidra Jnana. Oh, I'm not able to do it. You're faking. You're lying. You have been dreaming all your life. You have been sleeping every night. There is no person who can claim here, no, I don't sleep every night. I don't dream every night. You're just not aware enough. Become more interested here rather than here. When you're more interested in this direction, you will start recognizing, I dream every night. I might not dream in images like Ekta speaks, like a tiger running behind me. I dream in thoughts. You're a verbal person. Some people are visual people. That's the only difference. Ekta emphasizes it for both kinds of people, whether they are verbal or visual. Yeah? I have to recognize I am lying if I say that I do not know that I project the 5 elements of earth, water, fire, ether, air. I know. I projected the jungle. I projected that forest which I've never ever been to, and the tiger was chasing me. I know I have projected earth, water, fire, ether, air. Number 1 point, very clear. Yeah? And you keep experimenting. When you experiment on this number 1 point, you will notice every night while transitioning from the deep sleep state to the dream state, at first what appears? There is the sense of recognition of who or what I am. There is that sense of I am. Yes, now this, after this I arises, it says I, that is the I thought, and at the same time it says I like this, I don't like this, I want this, I don't want this, verbal or visual. Fearful tiger running behind me. Do you see that? Verbal people are different, visual people are different. It is that I thought which simultaneously projected either the verbal dream or the visual dream. In that dream, there is earth, water, fire, ether, air, whether it is visual or verbal. Suppose it's a verbal dream, I want chocolate ice cream. Right? Chocolate ice cream itself is earth and water and your yummy flavors. Yeah? Where do these yummy flavors come from? Suppose it's strawberries. Where do your strawberries grow? Earth. Yeah? A little more understanding of the dream is required. Yeah? The milk from which the ice cream is made, the cream from which the ice cream is made, have already projected water. Yes? Where is that ice cream? Oh, it is, I am imagining it in my house or in my office, or I went to a wonderful ice cream parlor. Yeah? I'm already imagining things. I might still be imagining verbal, but even verbally I am imagining. I have projected a verbal thought. Earth, water, fire, ether, air is there. Sight, sound, smell, taste, touch is there. Yeah. Where did this earth, water, fire, ether, air arise from? Not from the I. The I, along with the earth, water, fire, ether, air, is a single thought. We just discussed that. I see this experientially. Both arose from the darkness of the deep sleep. From nothingness, from me, the nothingness, the space of awareness. Yes? So I have personal proof that a dream arises out of nothingness of deep sleep. The dream is born out of the nothingness of deep sleep. And I am that nothingness. As I always say, I slept very well last night. I had a dreamless sleep. Who's saying I had a dreamless sleep? What are you referring to? You're referring to the deep sleep state, no? That means you were there in the deep sleep state. You yourself are the deep sleep state, my darling. You are that darkness of nothingness. You were resting in your own glory. Yes, you were in your glorious, pure state of peace. From that nothingness of myself arises a dream thought. That dream thought comprises of I and the world, whatever your world is, the ice cream or the tiger. One single thought arises instantly, spontaneously, on its own, altogether. Supremely clear? First point is clear. I am lying if I say that I do not know that I project the 5 elements. Stop lying. First point is very, very clear. If this is clear, then the second is also very clear. Point number 2, it is a lie if I say that I do not know that I project the 5 senses. What are the 5 senses? Sense of sight, sense of sound, sense of taste, touch, and sight, sound, smell, and smell. How do I know I projected them? They were not there in deep sleep state. I have personal proof. It is my own direct experience that they arose out of the nothingness of deep sleep. After the I arises along with its dream thought, I know after that. I never know before. I always know the projection after it has arisen. Therefore, I have personal proof that dream arises out of nothingness. The dream of sight, sound, smell, taste, touch. Eating that yummy ice cream is taste. Yeah, smelling that wonderful flower is the dream of smell. It arose out of me, the nothingness. I am that nothingness. From the nothingness of myself arises the dream state. Very, very clear? So, point number 2 is clear. It would be a lie if I said that I do not know that I project the 5 senses. I know. I see it every night. I'm just ignoring it. I put my spectacles on my head and I ignore that I have lost my spectacles. That's it. I was ignoring it. Now I recognize it. After Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana, I see it very clearly. 2 points are clear. First was earth, water, fire, ether, air. I'd be lying if I say I do not project them. Second is I project sight, sound, smell, taste, touch. I would be lying if I say I do not know that I project them. I know, 100% I know. Yeah. Number 3, I project from within. There is no external entity that is responsible for the tiger in my dream or the ice cream in my dream or the wonderful flower in my dream. All my projection. Yes, my projection, very, very clear. Projection is inside out, not outside in. This is the main point, point number 3. Projection is inside out, not outside in. Because I, the consciousness, which is the darkness of nothingness, from nothing came the thought. Inside out. A thought did not project the nothingness. The nothingness projected the thought. Very, very clear? Yeah. Now apply the same dream projection, which is inside out. extend it to the waking state. Waking state is also an inside out projection. It is not an outside in projection. There is a scientific video where 6 scientists are discussing that perception is inside out and not outside in. One of the Gurukul students can share it in Flock today so that the beginners can watch the scientists discuss this. Yeah. So it is scientifically also, the scientists are approaching the similar truth what has been said by Ashtavakra thousands of years ago. Yeah. Projection happens inside out. It is just a thought, just like the 5 elements, the 5 senses. The entire dream state that I see is projected from inside out. Similarly, the waking state is a projection inside out. And I can see this very clearly if I become continuous in my Swapna Nidra Jnana sadhana. I manage to see I am the nothingness of the deep sleep. I manage to recognize the I arise along with its dream thought. Yeah, the dream projection. I see it very clearly disappear. I observe another I and dream thought. Again, I notice it disappear. I become very clear that I am witnessing them. I am knowing them, and I am knowing them after they arise. As I transition to the waking state, I will first recognize the sensations of the body. Heaviness, pain, whatever predominant sensation. The moment I recognize that, I know the waking thought has just projected. I am knowing the waking thought. Before even opening your eyes, recognize you always know yourself as prithak, as separate from the waking projection. It lasts for a few seconds, and then you jump in and say, this sensation is mine, this body is mine. You don't say it in words, it is an assumption, a manyata. You assume, oh, I have pain here, yes, oh yes, I have this condition in my shoulder, whatever that is. Immediately you shift the label from the space of awareness that was witnessing all this while to this body that is having that shoulder pain. I will start recognizing, I just did this. I shifted the label from the space of awareness to the body-mind that is projected. Apply verse 4. Yadi deham prithak kritya. Separate yourself from this projection. Immediately see yourself as the space of consciousness, space of awareness, space of nothingness. There is nothing there, not even an I. Immediately you will recognize, oh, I'm happy. Because the suffering is because of the wrong identification, the tadatma that happened. This is suffering. Yes. When this happens, then you become very clear, oh, dream is also my thought, waking is also my thought. They are simply thoughts. I am the body thought arises, and I see it as a dream, but I label different parts of the dream. No, it is one single abstract painting. Unnecessary, I'm putting forms and shapes and labeling them as separate. No labels. Take your memory back to when you were a little child, when you had not learned to speak, when you had not learned language. If you have even a little memory of being an infant, you will recognize you saw everything as just one. There were no labels because you had not learned language. You did not label this as mummy, daddy, friend, cradle. toy. No, everything was one painting, one single painting. Yeah. Then you learned, oh, this is I. You didn't even consider that body as I, as a baby. There was no sense of I and you. Yes, this happens with conditioning. So, yadi deham prithak kritya. If you are able to separate yourself from the body-mind projection and see yourself as the space in which the waking thought has appeared, you will be free of bondage. You will know you are happy. You don't have to become happy. You are happiness itself. You are peace itself. The space cannot be not peaceful, not happy. It doesn't have that quality. It's not a possibility. So point number 3 is clear, no? I project from inside out. Projection is from inside out, not outside in. Very clear? If 3 is clear now, 4 will be very, very clear. If projection is from inside out, obviously perception is also from inside out. What is perception? Perception of sight, perception of sound, perception of smell, perception of taste, perception of touch. Right now you are perceiving a computer on which ekta is there. Perception of sight. Yes, you are perceiving ekta's voice, speaking some Advaita words. Perception of sound. Perception is very clear. If you pick up something and eat, that is perception of taste. If there is an odor or smell in the room, that is perception of smell. Very, very clear? Yeah. If you touch the table or computer, there is perception of touch. What is your assumption? Perception is outside in. Oh, there is a table there. I touch the table and I perceive it. Table is outside. I am here. Table is external. Oh, no. Again you made a mistake, Ashtavakra says. Yadi deham prithak kritya. If you are able to separate yourself from the projection. This is one projection. This is one single thought. Not two thoughts, not two things. One single projection. One single thought of room with a body mind, with the table, with the computer, with the furniture, with if there are other people in your room. One single waking thought. Prithak, separate yourself from this projection. The moment you separate yourself from this projection, you say, okay, I am the space of awareness in which there is this thought right now. I am simply witnessing a waking thought. Perception is inside out, not outside in. There is no outside actually. The outside, the idea of an outside is illusory. Very, very clear? Dream thought clear? Waking thought clear? Single, it is single, including the I thought. One single thought. Yeah? I have labeled this as I. I have labeled this as you. I have labeled this as it, the world. I have labeled this as table, that as the phone, that as the computer, that as the sofa. I have labeled one single waking thought. Prithak kritya, take that step back and see it very clearly. Oh, I am the space of awareness in which there is this waking thought. Very clear? Technique is clear? The 4 points of self-inquiry are clear? Yeah. I project earth, water, fire, ether, air. If I say I do not know that, I am lying. I project sight, sound, smell, taste, touch. If I say I do not know how I project this, I am lying. Yeah. Projection is inside out. And last, perception is inside out. Do not believe me blindly. Your homework is what? You have to experiment and verify. Can I make an attempt to see this? And the only way possible is Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana. Has to start from the dream state. There is no other way for this to happen. Yeah. I notice from the darkness of the deep sleep, the I arises along with the dream thought. I am separate, I am knowing the dream thought. Yeah. Then I know the waking thought. Then I can say, yes, I see the projection of sight, sound, smell, taste, touch. I see the projection of earth, water, fire, ether, air. Projection is inside out. From consciousness comes the dream thought and waking thought. Therefore, perception is also inside out. There is no outside that I can prove where sight, sound, smell, taste objects are there and perception is happening from outside in. I have no proof of that. My only proof is it happens from inside out, starting from the dream state. Very clear? Okay. Last part is, once I start recognizing my nature is peace itself, I break away totally from this belief of this body-mind projection. I don't have to become peaceful. I know that I am already peace. I have always been peace. It was only a manyata, only an assumption that I am not at peace because I assume to be this body-mind which has been given a label by the parents. Parents also are just my projection. This is what you need to experiment. Oh, parents also are my projection. I was born to my parents. My projection. Do I really know that this body was born? Do you have your own personal proof of your birth? Only a story till today. Mom or dad tells you were born on this date at this time. Do you have personal proof? I was born on this date at this time. Time exists first of all. Big illusion. So many beliefs have to fall. Yeah? Ashtavakra is going to help shed each one by one. That is why 20 chapters. Do you get this? The first chapter is only to bring the crux of Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana. You start at least. Then you will see one by one all the dominoes of belief start falling, collapsing, one after the other. It will happen naturally. You don't have to do anything. Yeah? You just withdraw from the object and focus on the subject. More interesting. Clear? So if this verse is clear, we'll take 5 minutes restroom break. Please contemplate, become very clear. Write down questions if you have questions for me so that you don't forget. Yeah? We'll take a quick break.